Good morning to all. In this video, we are going to discuss about the MOSFET. So, in our previous sessions, we are learned about what is BJT, their configurations and their working. At the same time, we have studied about FET, field effect transistor, their working in terms of N channel and P channel type, and so on. So now in this video we are going to discuss about the MOSFET. So here what is meant by MOSFET? MOSFET means M for metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So first we go for the sum of the differences between current control versus voltage control devices. So BJT is a current control device and FET is a voltage control device, because so here voltage control device is equal to the FET because of the current carrying by the FET will be controlled by the voltage or electric controlled by the electric field. So in case of BJT, the current will be controlled by the majority or minority carrier, that is current. So that's why current control device and voltage control device. That means BJT is a current control device. So that means the output the current flowing through the BJT will be controlled by the current input current, that is total current IE is equal to IB plus IC. So in case of FET, the current flowing through this FET will be controlled by the voltage applied between the gate terminal and the source. So this will be given the electric field. That means the complete controlling of current is done by the electric field. So that's why FET is a voltage control device. BJT is equal to the current control device. That means the controlling is done by the IB and IC. Here the control will be done by the VGS. So that is the voltage control device and current control device. So now we are going for the MOSFETs. So MOSFETs have characteristics similar to the JFET and additional characteristics that make them very useful. So mostly the characteristics of MOSFET is similar to the JFET, but there are some additional characteristics will belongs to the MOSFET. So that's why we go for the most of the cases MOSFETs. There are two types of MOSFETs: depletion mode MOSFET and enhancement mode MOSFET. So in depletion mode MOSFET, which operates in depletion mode the same way as the JFET when VGS is less than or equal to 0. Operation in enhancement mode like E-MOSFET when VGS is greater than 0. That means in case of depletion mode MOSFET, again there is a two cases will be occur. When VGS is less than or equal to 0, then it will be operated as in depletion mode, just like a operation of JFET. So when it is operated in enhancement mode, when VGS is greater than 0. Next other type of MOSFET is the enhancement mode MOSFET, which operates as in enhancement mode. That means IDS is equal to 0 until VGS is greater than VT. That means applied voltage VGS is greater than threshold voltage, then IDS is equal to 0. This mode of operation will be equal to the enhancement mode MOSFET. That means MOSFET is a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So the working characteristics or the characteristics of MOSFET is similar to the JFET, but there is some other additional characteristics are in the MOSFET. So that's why it is more useful when comparing to the JFET. So in this MOSFET, just like a JFET, there is a two types of MOSFETs. One is depletion mode MOSFET and enhancement mode MOSFET. So in depletion mode MOSFET, depending upon the VGS value, that is VGS is less than or equal to 0, then the depletion MOSFET will be work in depletion mode. When VGS is greater than 0, it will be operated in enhancement mode. At the same time, other type of MOSFET is a enhancement mode MOSFET. So it will be operated in enhancement mode when VGS is greater than VT. VT means threshold voltage. Now go for the MOSFET handling. So MOSFETs are very static sensitive because of the very thin SiO2 layer between the external terminals and the layers of the device. Any small electrical discharge can establish an unwanted conduction. That means, so when you are handling the MOSFET, so this MOSFET is a very static device. That means very sensitive. So because of why it is sensitive means the SiO2 layer, that is silicon dioxide layer, is deposited over the internal layers to the external terminal. That is the SiO2 layer is in between the external terminals and the layers of the device. Is there any small electrical discharge can establish an unwanted conduction will be occur. So that's why MOSFETs are very sensitive due to silicon dioxide layer. This silicon dioxide layer is very thin in between external terminals and the internal devices, layers of the device. So that's why when we are handling the MOSFET, so we avoid the unwanted conduction. So how to protect these MOSFET means always transport in a static sensitive bag. Always wear a static strap when handling MOSFETs. Apply voltage limiting devices between the gate and the source, such as back-to-back Zenas to limit any transient voltage. That means, so to avoid unwanted conduction or to protect the MOSFET, so always transport in a static sensitive bag. You can carry the MOSFET in always sensitive bag. At the same time, always wear a static strap when handling MOSFETs. Next, applying voltage limiting devices between the gate and source, such as back-to-back Zenas to limit any transient voltage. So here the applied voltage limiting devices is back-to-back connection of Zener diodes, which limits the any transient voltage. So this is equal to the MOSFET handling. That means when comparing to the JFET, MOSFET is a very sensitive device. So that's why we can handle it carefully. So now go for the MOSFET circuit. So the metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, or simply MOSFET, is a type of transistor used for amplifying or switching the electronic signals. So the most application of why we are using this MOSFET means this MOSFET is a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So which is a type of a transistor. It is used for amplifying or switching electronic signals. BJT or FET is also used for amplification purpose, but when comparing to those, this MOSFET having more advantages than the BJT and FET for amplification or switching the electronic signals. Here is equal to, this is the symbol of MOSFET. This is equal to the symbol of MOSFET. And here we can apply the voltage, that is DC supply. So this will be connected to the diode for amplification purpose. This is a switch. These are the internal resistance of diode. This will be equal to the internal resistance of the diode. So internal resistance. So this is equal to our MOSFET circuit. When the supply voltage will be applied, then switch is closed. Then MOSFET will be in on condition. Okay. So when the supply will be in negative swing, that is supply will be equal to the negative voltage will be applied, switch will be in off condition, then the MOSFET is going to be off. So this is equal to a simple circuit of a MOSFET. MOSFET is a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. It will be mostly used for amplification or switching electronic signals. So the symbol of MOSFET here. So here is equal to the metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So depletion layer, here we can use the gate terminal. So again same, that is just like a JFET, which is having 3 terminals. Those are gate, source and drain. So here is equal to back-to-back connection of these metals will be equal to the gate terminal. This is equal to our gate. So back contact to the metal contact will be equal to the gate terminal. So next one is at channel end we are using the source and drain. Okay, we are plotting the two terminals. The two terminals will be having source and drain. So here you can use the p-type substrate. You can use the p-type substrate because it is equal to the n-channel MOSFET. So that's why here we are using the substrate equal to the p-type substrate. So next here in this case the blue color will be equal to the metal contacts. The blue color will be indicates the metal contacts. So this green color will be indicates the p-type substrate. When it is creating a channel which will be equal to the depletion layer. So this red color will be equal to our terminals, that is source and drain. This yellow color will be indicates our silicon dioxide layer. Okay, so this silicon dioxide layer is very thin in case of MOSFET, so that's why it is very sensitive. So when you plot the terminals from these metal contacts, you can get three terminals. Those three terminals are gate, source and drain. So the connection between gate and source will be equal to VGS. The voltage applied between gate and source will be equal to VGS. Again the voltage will be applied between drain and source will be equal to VDS. Again the voltage will be applied between source and the substrate. Back contact will be equal to VB. These are the voltage applied between the terminals. Again the symbol for this FET MOSFET will be equal to, here is equal to the three terminals just like a JFET. Those will be equal to the gate, source and drain. So three terminals are gate, source and drain. Here we can use the substrate. The substrate type is equal to p-type substrate. So that's why the arrow mark is inward direction. So when there is an inward direction of substrate, that will indicate the p-type substrate here. So this is equal to the symbol of MOSFET. So the MOSFET having depletion mode RA, enhancement mode MOSFET. So a MOSFET is a semiconductor device. So a MOSFET is most commonly used in the field of power electronics. A semiconductor is made of manufactured material that acts neither like a insulator nor a conductor. So the types of MOSFETs are N MOSFET, P MOSFET and C MOSFET. That means, so MOSFET is a metal oxide semiconductor device. It is a semiconductor device and it is commonly used in the field of power electronics. So this semiconductor, their properties is in between the insulator and conductor. So that's a semiconductor is not a insulator, not a conductor. So now the types of MOSFETs are either N-channel MOSFET or that is N-type MOSFET, P-type MOSFET and C MOSFET. Now go for the structure of MOSFET. So this is equal to our structure. So this structure will be equal to N-channel and P-channel. So here these are the N-channel MOSFET. This is equal to the P-channel MOSFET. So here there is a clear indication of the structure of MOSFET with colors. Here we can use the substrate. So the substrate will be equal to the pink in color. Substrate equal to the pink in color. In case of N channel, the substrate type equal to P. Again we go for the two terminals, that is drain and source. So this drain and source will be equal to the N plus, heavily doped N type. So this will be indicates our green structure, the green in color. So these two will be indicates the two terminal, that is source and drain. So in between it provides the conductive channel, that is in between source and drain there is a conductive channel. Okay, so the conductive channel length is in between from source to the drain. So upon this conductive channel we can provide the gate. So that gate terminal will be indicated in this color, that is orange. So upon this we can provide the silicon dioxide layer. So the silicon dioxide layer is used. Silicon dioxide layer will be equal to the very thin. It is provide the contact between the external terminals to the layers of devices. So from this you can draw the source terminal and the drain terminal. Again the next one is equal to the gate. These are the three terminals. So this is the structure of MOSFET. So depending upon the arrow mark direction, so either it is equal to the n-type n-channel MOSFET or a p-channel MOSFET. So here is equal to schematic structure of a MOSFET. That means, so mainly three terminals, those are source electrode, drain electrode, and metal gate. That means the thick color green will indicate the three metal contacts. From these three metal contacts, we got the three terminals. Those three terminals are source, drain, and gate. So in between source and drain, there is a channel. So the length of the channel will be indicated by the L. So this total construction will be made in. So the construction made within a substrate. That is, here the substrate type is equal to the silicon type of substrate. So here we can use the dielectric medium, that is equal to the dielectric medium, that is along the length of the channel. This is the schematic of a MOSFET transistor. That means source electrode, drain electrode, and gate. So during the length of the channel, there is a gate dielectric. It is not ever the current to enter into this device, because here the MOSFET or JFET will be working in reverse biased. That means the the applied voltage at gate is in reverse biased. So now go for the working principle of MOSFET. The working principle of MOSFET depends upon the mass capacitor. The working principle of MOSFET depends upon the mass capacitor. The mass capacitor is the main part. So the semiconductor surface at below the oxide layer and between the drain and source terminal can be inverted from p-type to n-type by applying a positive or negative gate voltages respectively. When we apply positive gate voltage, the holes present beneath the oxide layer experience repulsive force and the holes are pushed down with the substrate. That means here look into the diagram. So this is equal to the MOSFET working principle. So in this working principle of MOSFET, okay, so under this metal oxide insulator, this is equal to our complete channel length. So this channel length may be depending upon the applied voltage to the gate. The gate voltage is equal to positive or negative. So based on that, so the electrons or holes will be experiencing some force. Suppose if we are applying the gate having positive voltage, so under this metal oxide insulator, so the holes within this and below this metal oxide insulator will repulsive with the p-type substrate. So under this metal oxide insulator there is a electrons. So the metal oxide insulator there is a p-type, that is holes. So we are giving the positive charge. So the holes having positive charge, that's applied voltage for gate is equal to positive. Due to this repulsion of these two, so the holes will be moved towards the substrate. Suppose if you are applying the negative supply to the gate, then so this negative supply and the holes having the positive charge, they are attractive. So depending upon the gate voltage applied to this either positive or negative, so there is a force will be acting under the metal oxide insulator. So depending upon the force, that is repulsive force or attractive force, the function, that is the current will be produced. So that is the case here. So that is the third point. The semiconductor surface at below the oxide layer and between the drain and source terminal can be inverted from p-type to n-type by applying a positive or negative gate voltages respectively. So when we are applying the positive gate voltage, the holes present beneath the oxide layer experience repulsive force and the holes are pushed downward with the substrate. Pushed downward with the substrate. So the depletion region is populated by the bond negative charges which are associated with the acceptor atoms. Okay, so the depletion layer is populated by the, so here is equal to the depletion layer. So the depletion layer means under the, so insulated oxide layer. So the depletion region is populated by bound negative charges which are associated with the acceptor atoms. The positive voltage also attracts the electrons from the N plus source and the drain regions into the channel. Suppose when we are applying the, so positive voltage, okay, which attracts the electrons from the N plus source and drain regions into the channels. When we are applying the positive charge, so this positive charge will attract the electrons from the N plus source and drain, because the source and drain will be doped with N plus region. So that's why, so this positive charge will attract the electrons. So then these regions into the channel. So the electron reaches the channel is formed. Now if a voltage is applied between the source and the drain, current flows freely between the source and drain. Gate voltage control the electron concentration of the channel. So suppose, so when we are giving the positive supply, okay, so this positive supply will attract the electrons, then so N plus source and drain regions into the channel, the electrons having more number of electrons from source to the drain. So then which forms a channel, the channel will be created between the source and drain. Now if you are applying the voltage, that voltage is in between source and drain, current flows freely between the source and, so when we are applying the voltage, so the applied voltage is in between source and drain, current flows freely between the source and drain, and gate voltage will control the electrons concentration into the channel. So instead of positive, if you apply the negative voltage, a whole channel will be formed beneath the oxide layer. Okay, this is equal to our working of a MOSFET. Once again, I want to repeat this working of a MOSFET. So here first we can create a channel between the source and drain. We can create a channel between the source and drain. So for that purpose we can apply the gate voltage. So the gate voltage equal to the positive or negative, there is a repulsion action will be takes place. Suppose if we are giving the positive voltage to the gate, so this positive voltage and the metal oxide layer, this one is equal to the P-type channel. Here we can consider N-type channel. Here we can consider N-type channel. So we are applying the positive voltage to the gate. This positive voltage and N-type channel means electrons. So this positive charge will attract the electrons. So that's why there is a more number of electrons will be generated between the source and drain, because this N plus region of source and N plus region of the drain having more number of electrons. So these electrons and the gate positive voltage will attract the electrons from the source and drain, which will form a N type of channel. So when we are giving the positive voltage to the gate, suppose if we are giving the negative voltage to the gate, then so this negative voltage or negative charge of the gate and the N-type channel having some of the electrons within a channel. So due to the same charge, there is a repulsion will be occurred. Then these holes will be moved towards the P-type substrate. So now once the channel will be created between the source and drain, then we can apply the VDS. So when we are increasing the VDS voltage, then there is a movement of electrons will be takes place, that is from source to the drain. So due to this movement of electrons from the source to drain, which will create a current, that current is flowing from drain to the source. This is the function of MOSFET. That means, so first we can apply the gate voltage. So depends upon this gate voltage, we can create a channel. Once the channel will be created between the source and drain, we can apply the VDS. So depending upon the VDS value, the electrons are moving from source to the drain. So once the electron movement will be starts in between source and drain via a channel, which will create a current. That current is flowing from drain to the source. So this is equal to the MOSFET working. So now, so these MOSFET transistor symbols are, so here go for the enhancement mode MOSFET and depletion mode. So in case of NMOS, that is N channel MOSFET and P channel MOSFET. In case of NMOS enhancement mode, so the symbol will be equal to this one. So in case of NMOS depletion mode, we can create a depletion layer, that is channel, that is equal to the NMOS depletion channel. So at the same time, we go for the PMOS enhancement mode. So that is just we can indicate it with small bubble at the gate end. That will be indicate the PMOS enhancement mode. Again, when there is a connection between the contact, that is bulk contact, this will be indicated by the substrate, that is equal to B. So NMOS with bulk contacts. These are the symbols of the MOSFET. Okay, so MOSFET having two types, that is NMOS and PMOS. So NMOS in terms of enhancement mode and depletion mode. At the same time, PMOS is also in enhancement mode and depletion mode. So now these MOS transistors can be either enhancement, that is no channel at VGS equal to 0, or depletion, finite channel at VGS equal to 0, or two types. That means the MOSFET transistor can be either enhancement mode or otherwise depletion mode types. So here enhancement mode means at VGS equal to 0, there is no channel will be created. In case of depletion mode, so there is a finite channel at VGS equal to 0. So notice the tick line on the symbol that represent the channel. Okay, so at the gate end we can add the tick line. That tick line will be indicates the channel of a FET or a MOSFET. So all MOSFET transistor actually having 4 pins including the base. Base means here substrate pin. So since the substrates are connected to the supply lines in digital circuit, they are all not drawn. Okay, so that means here in some cases we can draw the substrate line, some other cases always it is not drawn. So that's why the MOSFET either will be operated in enhancement mode or a depletion mode. In case of enhancement mode, at VGS equal to 0, there is no channel will be created. But in case of depletion mode, so when VGS equal to 0, there is some finite amount of the channel will be provided. So actually the MOSFET having the 4 terminals, most of the cases we are indicating with 3 terminals, that is drain, source and gate. So the 4th terminal will be equal to the substrate. Now go for the N channel and P channel of a MOSFET. So these are the circuitry related to the N channel and P channel. So VGS equal to 0 and VGS equal to depending upon the supply voltage VGS, we can create either N channel or a P channel MOSFET. This is equal to our circuit diagram. So in case of N channel, this is equal to our N channel, that is N MOSFET, and this is equal to the P MOSFET. So here equal to the gate terminal will be connected to the drain, that is VDS. So next the VGS is applied between gate and the source. Here also VGS will be applied between the gate and source. Okay, so these are the differences between the way of connecting the NMOS and PMOS, NMOS transistor and PMOS transistor. Now N and P channel, how to get these N and P channel of a MOSFET. If the MOSFET is an N channel or an N MOSFET, then the source and drain are N plus regions and the body is a P region. Suppose, so already we are know about the structure of the MOSFET. So in this structure we go for the drain, source, this is equal to the drain, source and drain. In between there is a channel. So if you want to create a N MOSFET, then the source and drain will be heavily doped with N plus regions. The source and drain will be doped with N plus region. So the body is a P region, that is the substrate is equal to P region. That means, so then that will be called as a N channel or N MOSFET. In similar way, if the MOSFET is a P channel or a P MOSFET, then the source here is equal to source and drain. So the source and drain will be equal to, in case of PMOS, it is heavily doped with P trivalent element, that is equal to the P plus region. The entire body is equal to the N region. Then that type of MOSFET will be called as PMOSFET. So the two types of N channel and P channel MOSFETs are. So when we are considering N MOSFET, drain and source will be with N plus regions. In case of P MOSFET, the drain and source will be equal to P plus region. Then the body is negative of those regions. So here depletion MOSFET symbols. Here when we go for the depletion mode MOSFET, so there is a N channel again, P channel. So this is equal to our N channel and P channel. Here is equal to how to identify these N channel and P channel means. So in case of N channel, the arrow mark is inward direction. In case of PMOS or P channel, the arrow mark is in outward direction. These two will be equal to the PMOS. These two will be equal to the NMOS depletion mode MOSFET. So when the substrate is not connected to the source, this simply will be equal to the arrow mark. When the substrate will be connected to the source, then we can connect these two lines. Okay, that is equal to the NMOS and PMOS. The only difference how to identify these NMOS and PMOS mean depending upon the arrow mark direction. When the arrow mark is inward direction, that will be equal to the NMOSFET. And when the arrow mark is in outward direction, that will be equal to the PMOSFET. At the same time, when the substrate will be connected to the source, we can join these two, that is equal to the source and substrate back to back connection. These are the differences in the symbols of depletion mode MOSFET. So now in this depletion mode MOSFET, we go for the construction and working on next class. So that's why before going to the construction and working of depletion mode MOSFET, so first what is the difference between JFET and MOSFET means. So JFET is a junction field effect transistor and MOSFET is a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So the characteristics of JFET and MOSFET are almost similar, but due to some additional characteristics, the MOSFET is more familiar than the JFET. So these two all will be equal to JFET, MOSFET or BJT, all are equal to the semiconductor devices. So but BJT is a current control device and FET or a MOSFET is a voltage control device, because the current will be controlled in case of input current in case of BJT. So next the output current will be controlled by the input voltage, that is the gate voltage will be applied to the terminal. So that's why, so the FET is a voltage control device and BJT is a current control device. So in this MOSFET, so we have mainly it will be operated in two modes, that is enhancement mode and depletion mode. In this enhancement and depletion mode, again two types, that is NMOS and PMOS. So the mostly types of these MOSFETs are NMOSFET, PMOS and CMOS. So these types will be operated in enhancement mode and depletion mode of operation. In our next session, we are going to discuss about these types of depletion mode and enhancement mode type of MOSFETs with their construction and working. Thank you.